Okay, I'm Stephanie Diaz. I'm here with G5 Mobile. I'm interviewing Kyshana Walker for Fleek Fitness and Wellness. And yeah, she's here to tell me a little bit about herself and her business. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself and your business. So when did you start your business?
The business started, I would say, when I ran the first community boot camp. At the time, I didn't know it was going to be a business, but that was the seed that kind of. So that was about 4 years ago.
Okay.
This was started.
And the name of your business
is Fleek Fitness and Wellness.
Fleek Fitness and Wellness. Nice.
Yes.
So it's on fleek.
Exactly. That's it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you said you started it first off as just like a project.
Right.
So what inspired you to start that project?
My personal struggle with mental health issues, and when I realized that the huge impact that fitness does have on improving your mental stability, right? It really made me want to do that for other people.
So who was that person that introduced this to you?
Actually, it was by accident. I just looked on Kijiji. I don't know why I was on Kijiji that day, and I saw this free boot camp, and it was all the way downtown. I had to take the bus, and for some reason I stuck to it, and the people there were really amazing. It was promoting another company at the same time, but the fitness component of it is what really drew me to start working out and really feeling better about myself.
So when you first started working out, what were some things that you did?
It was more cardio based.
Okay.
So, especially when you're working with a large group, you don't want to be doing something that other people can't do. So,
For sure.
Very simple cardio based workout. Simple things, your foundation moves, your squat, lunge, push-ups.
Okay.
Just the beginner exercises. Yeah.
How do you feel about running? Are you a big runner?
I actually used to run. I used to run a lot, especially when I was going through the depression. I would run a lot, and I found that really helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you connect getting better from your depression and fitness?
Well, I can't see one working without the other. If you struggle with mental health issues, medication doesn't take away the problem. It doesn't cure the problem. At the root of the problem is something in your brain that it's not that it's not working the way it's supposed to, because everyone's brain, it does work the way it's supposed to, but more that you have a hard time handling whatever situation you're going through, more so than maybe someone else.
For sure. Everybody's different, right?
Absolutely.
The chemicals in your brain are all different from other people. So I see how doing fitness and stuff like that can help you focus.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And also kind of distract you a little bit from what's going on,
Like
right?
when you're running, like all I'm thinking about is I set mini goals for myself. So I'll be like, let me see if I can get to this point without stopping. And if I can, then I challenge myself again.
Yeah.
And you keep doing that. And when you're in that mental state, your mind, you don't have time to think about whether you need something at the grocery store or, whatever else is going on in your life. You just don't have time to think about those things when you're in the moment in fitness. It really does help with your focus, your alertness, your clarity, and the fact that you feel good about yourself. Like,
Yeah.
to wake up in the morning, I had a 67-year-old lady told me, she's like, I just get up out of my bed. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I just get up out of my bed. I'm like, I don't understand. And she says, before I used to have to roll and, you know, really try to, you know, pull myself up. But now I just get up out of bed. And I'm like, those are the little things that it makes you feel good that you can do those things. It's not about looking like a supermodel or, you know, looking skinny. It's about feeling good about yourself. And that's what I promote.
So you said you set small goals for yourself. Do you find that to be more effective than having like a huge goal?
Personally, yes. But I know people that they set the big goals and that works for them too. So personally, you just have to find what works for you. Quit getting into things that, you know, are tailored to someone else when it's not, you know, you can't find a program online that will work for you because they just don't know your situation, your day-to-day, right? It has to work for you.
So when you meet with your clients, do you come up with like a personalized fitness regimen for them? Like
whatever they need. My goal is to have that person be able to work out on their own, safely, effectively, and using their time wisely.
Do you also do like meal plans and stuff like that?
I'm getting into that. But you know, I've got my own personal demons there when it comes to food. I love eating.
Yeah.
So meal plans is something that I've been getting into, and man, they work, but you have to work.
Oh yeah, especially in a society where that's, you know, eating healthy isn't easy. It's easy to get that slice of pizza, or it's easy to get the pop, or the McDonald's, or, you know, whatever is
Not
out
only
there,
easy,
right?
but cheap.
And cheap, exactly.
It's so cheap. Like, you can go to McDonald's and spend $10 and you're feeding yourself and, you know, perhaps someone else when, you know, you go to the grocery store and you're buying groceries, $10. Yes, you can get the same things, but now you have to invest the time into preparing it, cooking it. And of course, in this day and age when technology is the way it is, like, we want everything yesterday. Yeah.
So would you, I mean, a good idea maybe for you for the future is to do one of those meal plan things that come in like a whole box. So like you get the groceries in the box and then you get the recipes on a card.
You know what? Honestly, like, I've been connecting with a lot of people that have similar great ideas.
Yeah.
I met a girl at the gym last night, and she has this idea to, you know, share space for working out. And I'm like, you know what? That's such a great idea. Let's create like a little community, a little network of people that want to get together and work on their business, like legitimately work on your business and not worry about being overcharged when you're at a big box gym. You know, I've worked at a big box gym, and you know, that was the best and the worst experience of my life, and it taught me a lot about treating people with respect and with dignity and with honor, and treating your trade with respect, what you do with respect. It's you know, it's a gift and it's an honor that I'm able to work with people when I do. So
that's great. I know like a lot of people have a stigma about working out at the gym because there's, you know, the people who work out a lot and they have a lot of muscles, or they're judging you, or, you know, you can't wear a tank top, or, you know, they have all those insecurities. So what are some tips that you could give to get people into the gym? Like, how can you get past that?
What I say to you is invest in a good pair of wireless headphones. Make sure your phone is fully charged when you get to the gym. Make sure you have music that you will actually enjoy listening to. And just find something to focus on and just do that. Forget about everyone else in the gym. When I go to the gym, it literally is as if no one else exists. The way that I work out, and you can tell, the way you should see the beast look in my eyes, like when I'm working out, it's, and the faces that I make, the ugly faces, because nobody else exists when I work out. You've got to get into a space in your mind where you're there for one reason. I see people go to the gym and they're talking.
Yeah.
Like you invested your time into going to this space to do something, and you're on your phone. Couldn't you go on your phone outside of the gym?
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense to me. Like find some way to focus your mind into the moment of what it is you're there to do. Perhaps write down what your goal is that day that you go to work out. Like I bring a little book with me when I go to work out, and I write down what I work out on. There are workout programs that I have for myself, and I have a trainer.
Okay,
Everyone
good.
needs a trainer, by the way.
Yeah, get a trainer.
Yeah, everyone needs, even the trainer needs a trainer. But the little book, I write down all my workouts in it. And what happens is then I can kind of log what I'm doing, see what progress I'm making. And it might sound like a lot of work, but lately what I've been doing is as I go to the gym, I actually write it down right before I start the workout. Perhaps that's because now I've gotten a lot more comfortable with my workouts. So I just go to the gym and I'm like, okay, so what did I do 2 days ago and what do I want to work today? Right? So it's getting into that mindset, but it takes just the little steps. It's the little things like writing your workouts down. Like write what you do. What did you do today? So for me, success is waking up in the morning and just excited to do what you do.
Yeah.
For me, that's success. For me, the height of success is realizing the full potential of this dream or this goal or this idea that you have. That's the height of success, and that's what I'm what I'm aiming to achieve is, see where I can go with this. I started a girls group that's part of the wellness part of the business, and the girls group, we had our first run, and it was incredible. It really was, like, just to connect with teenagers where they are today, and see what I can do. I'm not that far from where they were, in terms of me remembering where they were and how they must have felt. So how can I be of assistance to you? So that's what the girls program, it's called Girls on Fleek, although the name is about to change to Fleek Girls.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, but it was Girls on Fleek, and it's a 12-week program. We go into community centers, community organizations, schools. There's a lot of work to be done, is what I realize, and I want to see the full potential of what this business could be. Like, I see it as something that can really change communities and really change lives and really impact the direction of someone's path. So I see the potential, and I'm just keeping my eyes right there. I'm just taking it one day at a time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to talk to somebody who has like a bigger goal than just themselves or their own monetary gain. And
it's so hard though. Honestly, it's really, really challenging. I never thought this was the direction my life would go. And I'm sorry, I'm like tearing up.
No, it's okay.
It's hard. It's hard to be an entrepreneur. It's hard to say, like, I'm going to go out and make my own money. It's easier to just get a job. It's so much easier to just work. But to have a career and have something that you love doing, but also there's the business end of it. And if you don't know business, you better learn quickly, because, when you're an entrepreneur, you've got to do, that extra step that when you're working, you don't have to.
Yeah.
So it's uncomfortable. I'm always uncomfortable. Always uncomfortable, but that's how you grow. And sorry.
Can you ask for some Kleenex or some tissue or something? Yeah.
And I've been very emotional today, because what it is that what I'm working on personally is something that hits to the core, that is the reason that I hold myself back. I sabotage myself. Like, I find myself, doing things that I know, like, this is not going to help you. But these are the things that I do to not be who I was called to be. And it would be so easy for me to wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to work. Like, but that's not what I was called to do. And I never expected fitness, of all things fitness. I remember actually, like 6 or 7 years ago, I was on the bus, and this manager from Premier Fitness approached me.
Thank you.
And he asked if I worked out, and I said no. And he said, have I thought about it? And he gave me his business card, and he says, I would like for you to be a trainer.
Wow.
But at the time, I was like, right? So to come back to this now, I'm just like, it never dawned on me, ever. Never would have, like, I always saw myself as a teacher. I went to school for, I went to college to do 2 years college and 2 years university. And after the first 2 years, I was like, I don't want to be a teacher. So then I just started working and worked until I was like, there's got to be more to life than just working. Like, I just felt miserable.
Yeah.
And so then I started exploring. And the more I explored, the more I learned, like, whatever it is that I'm supposed to do is going to make me so uncomfortable. But I either push through it or I just give up. And I, for some reason, can't quit. I can't quit. Like, I just imagine the amount of people that I can impact. I imagine, like, the amount of people that will come to a boot camp and the families that will come to a boot camp, how they'll connect, how their family nights will now change, like how the things that they do together will now change just because, they're more active and involved in each other's lives, like, changing communities. Like, that's what the full potential of this dream is.
So that's your mission, to change communities through fitness.
Through fitness and wellness.
And wellness, of course.
Yeah.
So I guess a lot of issues for young entrepreneurs, people who want to own their own businesses and do their own thing and get out of the 9-to-5 cycle.
Yeah.
The hardest part for them, I think, is getting the money to do it. Like, finding the funding. How do you get past the 2-week paycheck? And how do you get past the discomfort of not knowing where your next paycheck is going to come from? How do you get the funding?
You ask that question, and I sit back and I ask myself that question sometimes too, because I don't know how I get myself through certain situations. I just don't know how. But you just do. You just, like, your back is up against the wall, and for some reason, you just find a way. You really find a way to make it work. Like, I've done the garage sale thing. Like, I have so much stuff that I don't need, but garage sale, there's lots of people that can use my stuff, right?
Yeah. What's that?
Like,
what's garage sale?
Garage sale is like online sale, virtual garage sale. Thank you.
It's a little tricky.
So it's a virtual garage sale, and what you do is you post a picture of your item, and you post it, and either the person come and pick it up, or you drop it off. You make arrangements, and that's it.
That's a good tip.
And it's so easy. Like, you don't have to leave your house. It's not like the original garage sale where you have to kind of go around houses on Saturday morning to
you set it up. You wait. Maybe somebody will come. Maybe they won't.
Yeah. It's not that. It's everything has changed, including garage sales. So, you really just do whatever you have to overcome your situations. And I find that one of the biggest tip is just don't close doors that you think, don't shut yourself off opportunities just because of your own misconceptions or perceptions, right? Try everything. When it is that I feel like, I don't know what I'm going to do next, sometimes that's all it takes, is you just saying to the universe, to God, whomever it is that you pray to, you just say, like, I don't know, you surrender. And when you surrender, that's usually when out of nowhere you're like, oh, maybe I could do that. And it works. And you're like, okay, well then, on to the next.
Right? That's amazing. That's amazing. So from the wellness side, the mental health side, I know you said that pills don't really work and all that stuff, and you want to work on building like a stronger bond within families and communities and stuff like that. So how can Fleek Fitness improve the overall mental health of communities?
That's a great question. I think just from the environment that we create, the safe space that we create. I think when you come out to one of our boot camps, or even just to a wellness night at a school, you'll see that it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You can't help but want to join in. Like, there's so many times when I see people just standing at the side and they didn't want to do it, and eventually, like, you see them like doing their own thing on the side, and then they're in with the group. Just because it's not supposed to be, you know, like, it's not supposed to be overwhelming and impossible, and you feel like, you know, you feel horrible about yourself because you can't do something. You feel even worse. You don't even do it anymore. Like, what you want is to have a space where you feel good about yourself, and that's, I think that's the core. It starts with our organization being a space for safe communication, for an environment that's encouraging, empowering. Fleek is actually an acronym. It stands for Fostering Leadership, Education, Empowerment, and Kinship. And those are all the things that we really do work on fostering with every person that we work with. Even in my day-to-day interactions, I find that I do that. I just naturally want to help people, and that's what this business is helping communities build stronger bonds and work better together. I find that a lot of the times too, some of the mental health issues that you might have could be that you have broken relationships, broken connections with people. It really helps to create those bonds for you to feel safer, for you to then go out and do the things that you really want to do.
That's amazing. So how many people work with you in your company?
So I have volunteers. I have volunteers. So my son, who's 10, he's a cute little volunteer. And I've got just more on the promotional side. I more do the fitness and the wellness. On the promotional side, in the background, I have a lot of people helping me, a lot of friends and some family.
That's good. Because like you said, you needed that business side of things as
Oh,
well
yeah.
as the creative. And without one or the other, you really don't have a business. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So it's just your friends and family that help you put that stuff together?
Yeah, pretty much. Or just me.
We were talking about effective promotion.
Yeah.
And your target markets, and like how sometimes it's just easier to reach those people if that's the medium that they go through.
If I really want to target younger, you know, between 18 and 34, then I'd have to do the social media. And again, I'm so challenged. Help.
Right? Yeah. Well, for that aspect, I'm sure like when you get there, you can get somebody to do that for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, and again, I'm meeting so many different people that eventually I'm going to be using, you know, the people that I do have within my own circle. So it's only a matter of time. It's just right now just focusing on what works, what I know works, and fine tuning that. Like, certain areas I know it doesn't work because someone keeps tearing it down, so I'm not going to flyer that area.
Sorry. So how many boot camps do you do a week, a month?
It's every day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 a.m., 6:30, and 8 p.m.
Okay.
And Tuesday, Thursday, 9:30 a.m.
So right now, where are you working out of?
Outdoor boot camp.
Oh wow.
I know, so much fun.
So what about what about winter?
Winter? Nope. It's just a summer boot camp.
It's just a summer boot camp.
Summer boot camp.
Okay.
I do have an indoor space. Right now, I'm working with getting my own key, because what I found was I had issues with getting the key in. You really don't want that. That's why I was very grateful that I met the person last night, because we want to create a space that we can all just work out of. So, yeah, it was too much of a challenge the last time I tried it. So I really would prefer if it was something in my own name. And that's part of the challenge when you really start is, again, the money. I do it out of my home. I don't know if I will be. We just sold our house, and I don't know if I will be again. I prefer to have a space.
For sure.
A space that the person feels safe and feels that they are given undivided attention. That's what I want.
It's also important for you to separate your business and your personal life, right?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Because you want to be able to
the
go
hard
home
way,
and
though.
chill.
That's true.
Okay, so what community are you targeting right now? Like, what's your?
I am primarily in Scarborough, and that's a pretty large community. So,
right.
Anyone in Scarborough, you're my target.
Okay.
You're my target. I'm looking to do the outdoor boot camps at different locations. So if I get enough interest in a certain location, why not? And there's encouragement for family and friends. So what I do is I have an individual rate, and I have a couples rate, and then a 3+ rate. So if you can get 3+ people together, it'll be like you're not really paying very, very, very much for training. So it's very affordable is one of the other things. It's going to be affordable because I want for you to be able to not feel like you're breaking the bank. Come out, have some fun, go home, continue on with your daily life, and let's do it all again the next day.
Yeah.
And you don't really feel like you're working out sometimes, but it's hard work, and you see the results. It's a 12-week program. It starts on Thursday, the 3rd, and that one is a special day, just because it's the first day. It starts at 8 p.m. And that one, it should be a lot of fun, a lot of fun. It's going to be little surprises, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm really bad with surprises. So I'm just going to say there's going to be little surprises. So it's going to be awesome.
Awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
That's awesome. Maybe I should come check it out.
Oh my God. Let's not start talking about fitness because I will not shut up.
Well, that's good. That's good.